Yo, what's going on, everybody? I believe we are live. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully everyone's doing good. We're live? Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, Ralphie? Joe, you had a dinner plan with rib roast and 15-hour potatoes, and your wife had a root canal. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, my surname does come from Poland, and I do make pierogi. I just dropped a pierogi video yesterday, but I have a bunch in the fridge, so I'm not gonna make them again. I've literally got like probably 30 in here, so I decided not to do that. But actually, another thing that we're gonna do in this stream is actually get carnitas started. So I'm doing some carnitas, but I'm sous videing it. So it's literally just I need to throw stuff in a bag, and that's actually kind of gonna be the main for what we're eating tomorrow. For no other reason than I was feeling like I wanted some Mexican. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing good. Happy holidays. Is your candle Christmas scented? Yes, it is gingerbread cookie scented. It doesn't smell quite as good as like fresh baked cookies, but it gets the job done, I suppose. But yeah, so one thing that we would do have to do quickly is just get this in the sous vide. So this is just a piece of a boneless pork shoulder. And I mean, what is nice about sous vide is you literally just throw stuff in a bag, then drop it in the water, and we're good to go. Do you think it's a big difference to use russets versus Yukons in the pierogies? It's definitely a different texture, but it's not like a deal breaker one way or the other. Like I wouldn't say like, oh, this one's just terrible versus if you use russets or something. It's fine if you use both. It's not I mean, it's it's carbs and butter and stuff. Like no matter how you shake it, it's gonna taste pretty good. But generally, I do like Yukons over russet, but I've used russet plenty of times. Russet work very well. Take this little netting off. And then obviously I'm just salting this for, so it gets seasoned while it's in the sous vide. And I mean, I'm gonna let this go for probably like 12 hours though. Maybe not quite 12 hours. Let me get a bag. Wash the old hands. And then I'm just gonna throw in some spices and stuff in with this. So pretty basic stuff though. Garlic, I'm gonna do a little onion, I'm gonna throw a cinnamon stick in there. Oh yeah, no, we're not, this isn't really part of the stream. This is just something that I'm prepping for tomorrow that I thought I'd might as well do on stream. So this I'm literally just gonna be throwing in a cinnamon stick. I'm just gonna break it up. A couple of bay leaves. A couple of cloves. We'll go with 6 cloves. And then some cumin seeds. I don't know, that's maybe about a teaspoon-ish? Maybe a little more than a teaspoon. Maybe 2 teaspoons. Garlic. Let me just bash this guy. That was like 4 individual. You know, it doesn't really matter if the skin's off or not because I'm just gonna crush them up so that gets out. So that's in there. Then I'm just gonna throw like a 1/4 of an onion in here. And some lime zest. You'll definitely watch the full stream as well. Yeah, it won't be 12 hours. It'll probably be like an hour and a half or 2. But yeah. Andy, thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas to you as well. Happy holidays, everybody. And also, I know I mentioned, I think it was Steve who super chatted earlier. I messaged him before the thing started. He donated. So Steve, if you're still here, thank you. I do appreciate that. Where is my microplane? So I'm going to throw in some orange zest in this as well. Man, the orange zest smells unbelievable. Also, I'm of the notion that if you slice up or cut oranges into little cubes, it's like a top 3 fruit. If you leave them like whole with like the outside, tastes good, but texture-wise not that great. But when you cut them into little cubes, unbelievable. And then doing this upside down, like just collects it all there, so it doesn't really fall there. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, but is a little useful tip if you are using a microplane for something like zest. Yo, Scott, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. No message, but hope you are having a good holiday. What temp are you running the sous vide at? We're gonna do, I think like 170 or probably 170-ish, something like that. And then I'm just gonna let it go for, I haven't really decided yet. I may do like 175 and then just run it till I go to bed tonight. So that'll be like 7 or 8 hours. And then I'll take a look at it. If it doesn't seem like the pork's falling apart, I mean, this isn't a huge piece of pork, so 7 hours should be pretty good actually. Compared to like if this was an actual full shoulder, this is just a small piece. So I'm just throwing this back here in this guy. And I have too much water in there. So let me take some out. Or we're gonna be overflowing. And also, a good tip for sous vide, like bigger stuff, is if you have like paper clips or clips, just to clip the bag against the basin or whatever you're using. So I'm actually just gonna weigh this down. I'm just gonna throw a spoon on top of it, just so it kind of sits down in the, make sure it's sitting down in the water. And then, yeah, like I said, we're gonna let this go at like 175 for probably like 7 or 8 hours, whenever I go to bed tonight. You know, before Santa Claus comes. So we'll do 175. And then this is just gonna hang out in the corner. It might need to be refilled with water because 175 is pretty high, so that is gonna happen. Ooh, I missed some super chats. Who we got? Alex, love your channel. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good holiday, and I do appreciate the super chat. And then Everett, appreciate your vids. I've been watching in bed. Oh, you're sick? Ah, that's a bummer. Well, I'm glad you have been able to find something to watch. I know I hate being sick. I haven't been sick in a long time, knock on wood. But yeah, I can't stand being sick. I'm trying to think, like the last time I've been sick it's been a long time. I've been really lucky the past couple years. All right, but now we can get back onto the main event, which is our gyoza or dumplings, whichever term you may prefer is fine by me. Actually, I'm going to slice up, I think, some of that to snack on. And I'm not actually making the dough because, like, let's be honest, these cost like $1.50 from like an Asian grocery store or like a Japanese grocery store. And I mean, they're so easy to work with. Like it's just really super easy if you can buy these. So yeah. Lucas with the $5. Been watching your vids for a while. I love it, especially your tips for kitchen organization. Hey, I like those videos too. I really do enjoy the kitchen organization videos because I feel like it's something that's not talked about too often when it comes to like teaching people like how to cook or whatever. Because it is very different for each person depending on what their kitchen looks like, how much space they have and all that. So I really like making those videos because I find that they're very helpful. But happy holidays to you as well. And then, so for the dumpling filling, I'm just gonna do a very basic pork and cabbage. So traditionally, Napa cabbage would be used. I had some leftover regular green cabbage that I needed to use up. And actually, when I went to the grocery store the other day, they didn't even have, Napa. So I was like, well, it's fine. We'll just use regular. But what we are gonna do is slice this super thin and salt it and then get the moisture out of there prior to mixing up with the ground pork and stuff. So I'm just gonna slice this really thin. I don't want like big chunks in the mixture. And I see a couple more super chats. I will get to them. Don't worry. Let me just chop this really quickly and get it salted. Because yeah, what salting does and like massaging it is releases all that moisture. Because if you have excess moisture in them, I mean, it can take the moisture for sure, but they could kind of separate apart if you are like expelling moisture as it's cooking, like if a bunch of like loose liquid is coming out. So that's why you may want to take the extra step of getting rid of that extra liquid. And we'll be able to see all this liquid that comes out of this. It's kind of wild how much cabbage actually does cook down. Okay, so pinch of salt and massage it. Let me get to these questions. Bella Bella, finding your channels, but I'm absolutely amazing for you. Finally broke out of your wet zone for the first time, got really good results. That, I'm happy to hear that. I love when people are getting sharp knives. One of my favorite things in the kitchen is having a sharp knife to cut through things like this. So, always happy to hear that you are sharpening your knife and you had some fun doing it. Nirmal, love from Japan, love your channel, smash those gyozas. You're having a Christmas dinner with friends tonight, and we'll get takeout? Nice, I dig it. Yeah, you probably have access to pretty good gyoza in Japan, I would wager to say. But hopefully have a good Christmas dinner with your friends. Joe, go read Brainapath's comments so he can ask his crush out. What? Can someone link it? Wait, what's going on with Brain? Is he asking someone out or something? I wish you all the best if you are, but if someone can relink the comment, I don't know where it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit, and then this is gonna, I mean, it's already starting to like, not a ton, but see, there's a little drip there. See, it's already starting to like, all this liquid's coming out of it. Hopefully you guys can see that. But basically that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let this sit, and then more of it will just keep releasing from there, and I'll do that in a towel. Wait, let me hear this. Yeah, what is this? Coco, you enjoy the editing style and think you're criminally underrated as a YouTuber. I appreciate that. We're definitely on the come up now, so I appreciate that. Michael, why are there so many great food YouTubers from the Philly area? Go Birds next year. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I don't know. Yeah, I think originally Mike from Pro Home Cooks is from Philly area or like / Pennsylvania. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just it's the spot. But yeah, the Birds this year. Oh my goodness. We'll see what happens next year. Okay, so what else do we need? We need my pork, need some ground pork, and then, yeah, I think this is all my seasoning. So we got some ginger, some scallion. I don't need that onion. We've got the gyoza wrappers. We need some garlic. Let me get a couple hunks. And also, I was thinking about messing around and throwing a little bit of Sichuan peppercorns in just a little bit of the mixture after I mix it. So I'm gonna get those out as well. I think those I have stored away because I don't use them too often. This is the my kind of bulk spice container. A lot of good stuff in here, but stuff that I don't use. Well, some of it's just like to refill my other spice containers, like cumin seeds, stuff like that. The other part of it is stuff that I don't use super often. Where are my Sichuan peppercorns though? Huh. They don't seem to be in here. Where do these guys get to? They've got to be in here somewhere. Got to be. Where are they? This one isn't super organized compared to the rest of my kitchen, just because it's, everyone needs one of those containers or drawers where you just kind of throw everything in and not worry about what it looks like or how organized it is. This is that jar for me. Sumac. Yo, it's just flat not in here. Huh. Well, maybe we won't be throwing Sichuan peppercorns in there, which, that's okay. Thought we'd have some fun with it. But in the meantime, we will get this away. Did I miss anything? Let me see. Okay, I didn't miss any big chats. I know you guys have questions. I'll try to answer them as I go. But yeah, so we're gonna do ginger, scallion, just salt, the cabbage, ground pork. You know, you could throw in some other things. I'm just gonna do salt. What else do people use for these? You could use white pepper. I don't think I have any white pepper. Otherwise, that would be a good addition. And then who posted this? Oh yeah, Kenji posted this the other day for his like, I think for his like walk book or something. But basically like the easiest way, he says, to like mince, quote unquote, mince ginger is to cut it crossways and then just slam it like you do with garlic. Like a lot of people do this with garlic. But then you do that and then you have minced ginger, which is pretty cool. So yeah, cool little tip from the man Kenji. Always has cool things like that. And then look, simple. All right, I'll get that little piece too. And then you could give this a rough chop, but honestly, like it kind of already is like perfectly minced. And if you wanted it super fine too, I mean, I could put this in the mortar and pestle, like that'd be another good way to use it. Just depends on what you're going for, if you want it to kind of melt away or if you want like a little bit bigger chunks in there. Who else does this with garlic? There's some chef that does this with garlic like all the time. He just literally just like mashes it, which I think it doesn't work quite as well with the skin, but because like the skin I feel like kind of gets caught in there and then you kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's not, for me, it's not quite the same, quite as good of a result as using it for ginger. Still pretty good though. See, like these little pieces of skin get in there that like I thought I got out, but I didn't actually get them out. I feel like that always happens when I try that. Oh yeah, and with these gyoza, basically I'm just gonna freeze a lot of them. So I'm just gonna make a bunch and then freeze them. So these are great things that you can make ahead of time. Maybe I'll do a video on these. They're kind of similar to like the McDonald's hash browns in that way, where like, yeah, you need to spend a little bit of time up front, but I mean, then you can literally put them in baggies or like freeze them on the tray, then like put them in baggies and like have like single serve dumplings at like a moment's notice. Like you just throw them out. They'll probably take less than 10 minutes if you already have them frozen. Like they do not take long. Isaac Toops, yes. That's who I saw it from. That's correct. Brian, thank you for the super chat. Happy holidays to you as well. You've really stepped up your smash burger game. I'm glad to hear that. You know, I have not had a smash burger in a long time. Long for me. It's probably been at least a month. But yeah, it's been a while since I've actually made just a proper smash burger for myself. Though that is one of my funny enough, smash burgers are one of my go-to meals when I'm actually like trying to go on like a little cut or something. I find myself always making smash burgers with like 93 lean beef. Put it on a bun, maybe cheese, maybe not cheese, usually cheese. And I think they come out to around like 400, 450 calories. Pair that with like a little salad or something, and that's a great little meal with some a lot of protein in it. So I definitely will be doing that next time I go on a little cut. But right now it's holiday season, so I'm just eating everything. Man, garlic and ginger together, oh, one of the best smells. John, you made pierogi yesterday, stored in the fridge but stuck together. Oh yeah, they will get a little stuck together for sure in like the fridge and whatnot. Yeah, I should have mentioned probably that if you are storing them in the fridge, you probably should like lay something in between them, or make sure they have a least amount of surface area. So like if you put them upside down on each other versus the flat sides on them, that's usually a good way to go. Kays, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Robert, you made the Christmas cookie, but they came pretty hard. Should that happen, or did something? They shouldn't be hard. They should actually stay quite soft, as long as they're in like a container. Likely what happened is you just cooked them a little bit too long. That's usually the culprit of cookies. Like, and that's the tough thing about cookies, I think, is they can go from these look really good to not like kind of hard and chalky, just like overcooking them by like 2 or 3 minutes. So if I had to guess, I think that would be it, would be you just cooked them a little bit too long, because they were probably gooey to start, and then if that's the thing with like overcooking cookies, they do quickly get hard. So like, because I think when I pull mine at 175, like they're very gooey. Like you couldn't pick them up and like eat them, like they would like fall apart. So they need the cooling time to actually kind of firm up a little bit, to get that like kind of perfect amount of firm but still very gooey. So if I had to guess, that would be it. Okay, so we got this scallions. I wrote down what else I was gonna throw in there. Forget. Also, not gonna lie, big bummer that I can't like play Christmas music, because I would be jamming out to it right now, but copyrights and stuff, you know. Yeah, I popped him back there just because I didn't want him like running over the wires and stuff. So I was a little nervous. We're watching a friend's dog, so I put him back in the back room just because I was a little nervous about like wires and whatnot. What else do I need here? The scallions. Oh, a little bit of sugar too. Okay. That's it. You know what? I may throw some grated carrot in some of this as well for a little bit of sweetness. You could also add sugar. A lot of people add sugar. But some grated carrot is actually a nice way to incorporate some natural sweetness. And get a little bit more veggies in. So we'll probably do that for half of it. Okay, so that looks good enough for me. Toss this in here. And then this is just ground pork. You can definitely do this with other, I mean, you could do this like with beef and stuff. I think pork is the best because it's a more neutral kind of flavor as opposed to beef. But again, I mean, you could absolutely do this, or you could do this with ground chicken, ground turkey. You know, use whatever you want to. So I'm going to do 1.5% salt. So this is 454 grams. Just because I know 1.5% salt is about good for me, because it's the typical ratio I'd say used for like sausage making. So it's going to be 6 grams. All right, there we're good. And just using a scale, like you guys know I'm all about the scales. When it's helpful to kind of take a variable out that you need to control. Merry Christmas to everyone. Say Merry Christmas. I'll try to get to everyone, but yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good Christmas. You're making the cookies right now? They're in the oven? Hell yeah. Okay. So that's going to go in there. These guys are going to go in. I probably should drain out that cabbage before I mix the rest of this. Make sure I didn't miss anything from earlier. Ooh, yes I did. Gauge, yes, I missed gauges. Okay, is sous vide overhyped? Got one, and I'm curious to know your opinion on it. Overhyped, I think it depends on, what you got it for and what you expected it to do. For me, I mean, I know a lot of people say like, yo, it's like the greatest thing ever. I think it is a very useful tool for making food ahead of time. So like this, like me being able to just throw this in here and not have to worry about an oven or, you know, whatever to like slowly cook this. Like I can just let that go. It's hands off, you know, we're hanging out, we're doing whatever. Versus like an oven where what if I need to like cook other things and things of that nature. And then obviously the slow cooking, I mean, slow cooking is a great way to get super tender, to break down, you know, connective tissue and all that. So in that vein, yeah, I mean, it does everything it says it does. Is it like an absolutely essential piece of equipment? No, I wouldn't say it is. I mean, it could be depending on how you cook, but yeah, I mean, people are definitely gonna have different answers. For me, is it essential? No. Is it a very useful tool depending on the situation? Definitely. So hopefully that answered your question. Who did I miss here? John Scott John. I'm not sure what language that is, but I appreciate the super chat. If someone can help calculate, or translate rather. Is using a pasta roller to make a gyoza wrapper doable? Yeah, it definitely should be. I wouldn't see, as long as you can get it thin enough, it shouldn't be a problem. 1.5% the weight of the meat. You made Bellish for Christmas Eve? Yo, Ramon, I respect it. I kind of want to make Bellish now. Greetings from Austria. I wanted to try deep frying a wok lately, but you own an electric stove with a glass top, so you're kind of worried about efficiency. Any suggestions and opinions? Yeah, I would just try it. So just use a thermometer. Like a big thing with deep frying is using a thermometer. So throw your wok on, throw it on, see if it is able to hold temperatures, and then just do something small. Like you don't need to do a big batch, like commit to something. You can do something small. Maybe just like one chicken cutlet or something like that. So I say give it a shot. Breathing Nerdum, Merry Christmas, man. Do you think Czechoslovakian and other European types of food are underappreciated compared to Italian and Greek food? Yeah, I think they're. I think they're not as like people just don't know as much about them. I mean, me myself, like even in a family like that has like Polish and Czechoslovakian roots, I don't know that much about the food as well. Like, you know, we did things like pierogi, halushki, and a couple different things like that. But there's so much more than that. Like we also, you know, kielbasa. But there's so many varieties even within each of those things, and then there's so much more just other food in general that I don't know about. But yeah, I agree. It's something for me that I think it's much less explored than other cuisines. You know, like Italian, Mexican, Greek, or you know the different Asian cuisines, Japanese, Chinese. Like I feel like there are really good, you know, cookbooks, and they have been pretty well explored by a number of people. But I feel like those kind of other like Central European countries don't have as much representation. Because I know for myself, I really want to. Like I've said it a couple times, like Poland is on my list of places to do kind of like a 3-month, 4-month thing and kind of stay there, learn about the food and all that. So I'm going to add actually one more to this guy, and we'll squeeze this and just get the moisture out. When you go out to eat, do you bring the pickled onions with you to the restaurant? Absolutely. You know, I gotta have a little side jar in your pocket. All right, so just gonna toss the cabbage in. And then that should be it. I'm also gonna grate up the carrot before I messy up my hands. And we'll throw the carrot in half. Ooh, can I microplane this? Yeah, kinda. Definitely not the most efficient, but it'll get the job done. I don't want a bunch anyway, maybe about half this. Amir, you make the pizza recipe at least once a week. It's perfect. Glad to hear that. I'm thinking about doing a pizza series in the next couple months where I kind of want to explore kind of the pizza, I guess, from the home cooking scene and making like a 3 or 4 episode series, like exploring different doughs. Right now I'm thinking different dough hydration. So 60% versus 70% versus 80%, which I've kind of touched on in some other videos, but just showing the differences between the two. And then other than that, doing different flours. So there's, you know, people like have specific blends for pizza doughs, like pizza flour or double OO flour for like, I believe Neapolitan uses 00. Or like just regular all-purpose or bread flour. So I think it'd be a fun way to explore. And then also trying out different cooking methods. So obviously I love the uni, but you know, not everyone has an uni. So uni, or like what are the best methods for in the oven? Baking steel versus baking stones. You know, cast iron like on the stovetop, like that's a very reasonable way to do it as well. So I'm thinking about getting a series going for that. Okay, let's mix this. The smells of this are incredible too. I mean, garlic and ginger like added to anything. Yikes. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Did I didn't miss anything? Okay. No super chats. Ralphie, what's up? Type some in-chat rules. Yeah, you can absolutely do some in-chat chat rules. Yeah, just, I mean, cover the general stuff. Like, obviously, you know, be respectful, all that good stuff. King Arthur has a great pizza dough conditioner. Makes much. I have seen that. That is an example of something that I want to test out and be able to like show the differences between all these different things. So then hopefully people can just be like, all right, that sounds good. I'll do that. Or be like, not that big of a difference. I'll do it or the other way or something like that. Because yeah, I'm always interested to see the actual like differences in results between things. At least for me, that's kind of a very core component of what I like to look at. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna add one more thing. Why I put it? I don't know why I put it in here, but I know I did. I'm gonna add a little bit of Zhaojing cooking wine. If anyone has seen Chinese cooking demystified, you can hear it in Chris's voice, just a little bit. Definitely don't want to overdo it with that, just to get like too much moisture in there. And then I'm also going to make a little dipping sauce, just literally soy sauce, sesame oil, and some rice wine vinegar. Okay. So. And this is also another thing. I mean, you could, it's like, say if you were like wanted to make this later, like make them fresh later, you could absolutely just package this up. Or if you like wanted to do it with people, like, and you're going over to someone's house, just package this up, put it in a container, then bring it over. Then you guys can like hang out and make dumplings together. So this is definitely a very versatile way to use this. And then I'm gonna throw our carrot in there. That vibrant orange. And again, that'll give it some sweetness. I probably should have thrown some sugar or something maybe in that, but it'll be fine. And this is gonna be nice and orange, kind of look cool. Yeah. So we've got our fillings. Now we just need to start wrapping them. And I'm gonna take a bite of this carrot. Where do you get the plastic? Yeah, so these are just deli containers. You can get them on Amazon. That's something that I need to add to my description, actually. I need to get an Amazon link for that. So that is a fairly common ask. But yeah, they're just, if you look up deli containers on Amazon, you should be able to find some. I'm going to cut this a little thinner. There we go. So all our wrapped ones will go there. I don't need all these right now. Start with one. And then I'm not a pro wrapper by any stretch, but the only way you get better at wrapping is by practicing. Really? It's not gonna. Okay. And like I said, you can get these at, I mean, I guess big grocery stores in certain areas may have these. I had to go to like a Japanese grocery store nearby to pick these up. My regular grocery store did not have any that I go to that's closer. But well worth it in my opinion. Fletch, how much do you need to pay to get a high quality Dutch oven? I still need to get one. I haven't had mine for the past 6 months. I accidentally left it at my parents' house and just haven't gotten it back yet. I think the one I have is like $95 or $100. You definitely don't have to go Le Creuset expensive. Like you definitely don't need to. On specific brands, I'm not sure though. I forget what mine is that I have. But it's good. I think it was around $100. Okay. So I'm in a little bowl of water to also help dip hands and help like moisten it. And then we'll see if we can pleat these bad boys. Burhan, appreciate the super chat, much appreciated. Hope you have a good holiday, my friend. And then a big part with these is to try to not overstuff them right away. That is definitely, I feel like, the hard part, because this isn't a super like, it's not like a super extensible like stretchy dough like the pierogies, for example, a little bit more stretchy. So like I wasn't too worried. Like I try to fill them up as much as possible, whereas these I'm really not trying to do that as much. And then let's see if we can remember how to do this. So you just want to pleat one side. Let's see if we can get our pleat on. And you just want to keep the filling down in there as you are pleating. It may take me a couple to get in the swing of things here. I literally do not remember how to do this. It's been so long. We might need a pleat tutorial. I mean, you can do the cheater way, which is to just like fold it in half and then pleat this way. I mean, cheater meaning just you only really need to do it one way, which is easy. It's like that. And I definitely need some water in this because this is not sticking for me. Every time I do dumplings, I'm always just more amazed at how, I don't know if you've like ever been to a restaurant where like you can see them working on the dumplings, but it is astonishing to me just how fast I can do this. So like this one, I mean, that's not, you know, This is kind of like the cheater way, I would say. Like you bring it together and then just go. Again, I mean, it's not going to taste any different, but obviously, like with the more traditional way, this is all pleated as well. You bought you bought the Tojiro? Yo, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, getting new knives, oh, what a great feeling. Mad sharp and just one of my all-time favorite feelings. I'm glad to hear it's working for you. You love cooking, but sometimes you get frustrated that you're slow with mise en place. Do you have any tips? Yeah, I mean, you can only get faster by practicing. So for me, like you know, we are gonna be slow when we start out with all this stuff. So I mean, I think just practicing and then just thinking about your kitchen setup too is also really helpful. So making sure you know where everything is and you're just comfortable. Like you don't really think when you're reaching for stuff. Like you're just like, oh, I need to move this way. Like for me, I need a knife. Like I just naturally go over here. Like I don't actually consciously think about stuff anymore. Or like if I'm thinking spices, I immediately go here. Like I don't like think, ooh, where is it? Is it here? Is it there? So like I think setting up your kitchen is a good place to start, making sure you do have that good setup in place. Is a very good way to start. We will become a pleat master by the end of these. We also may be here for a while. I also never know how to finish these. Like, well, not the best, but we're moving on. Step a little more in here. And already, like, for some reason, I just love throwing so much in there. But really, you need, like, if you want to do the pleat, you can't use a ton. All right, let's get a little dip of water. Put it along the edge to help it stick. And this will be my towel. And now we become master pleaters. And then so as I'm trying to do this, all I'm trying to do is like keep this, make sure it's like tight and not like the pork isn't pushing up through. Maybe we should go to some, I could probably switch my other camera on and we could get a little bit closer so you guys can see better. Coming along. 3 down, a lot to go. Hopefully everyone's on board. What are your favorite toppings for Neapolitan pizza? Bit too heavy or light crust? For me, I like, so it's weird, it's funny. The older I've gotten, the less toppings I like on my pizza. I used to like love to just load stuff on it. But now I try to use less ingredients. So, I mean, one of my all-time favorites is literally the sauce you make with roasted garlic and red pepper, like heavy on the roasted garlic and red pepper. And then just mozzarella, and then after it comes out, grate on some fresh parm. Like that is one of my all-time favorite pizzas. Like just plain cheese, but the sauce is garlicky, and it's the garlicky spicy weekday sauce. Like that's the one that I just like. I can eat that entire thing. Other than that, I like keeping it very simple. Like I'll do Italian sausage and then like some kind of greens I really like. So it could be broccoli rabe, or maybe you throw arugula on after it comes out of the oven. But yeah, the more I've gotten older, I like less toppings. One of my all-time favorites is I love pepperoni and like green peppers, or like ham and green peppers on a pizza. Also another one of my favorites for sure. But yeah, especially for like Neapolitan, I definitely tend to keep it pretty simple and just do a couple ingredients. And then big thing with these, like you just really want to make sure that you that it is sealed. You don't want it to come open, you know, during cooking or anything like that. I think I underestimated how much filling this is. Like this is gonna make a lot, quite a bit, but we'll have a lot to freeze. Ralphie, these are rules. No bullying, sexism, racism, home. Yep. Sounds good to me, my friend. Sounds good to me. All right, let's get another question. You like onion, pepperoni, or onion and extra cheese? Yeah, onions are great. My younger brother Gabe, like even when he was growing up, like fairly young, like maybe 8, 9, 10, like he would literally only eat onion pizza. Not only eat it, but that was by far his favorite pizza. Which is kind of funny because like I feel like for most young kids, it's like, it's like pepperoni or cheese only. But he was all about the onions. This one I definitely overfilled. Definitely did. Yep, we're gonna run into issues with this one because I overfilled it. But loose crimp at the end there for sure. You can see I went downhill there at the end. Oh, is it gonna? Yeah. Just kind of gave up on it. Because you need space, obviously, to get the crimp in. So if you overfill it, you don't give yourself much of a good shot to do so. Probably overfilled this one too, but it's okay. What are your streaming schedules? Yeah, don't have one. Don't have one. I'm gonna try to get some semblance of a schedule in. Obviously, with the holidays, I was trying to do things around Thanksgiving or do things around Christmas and whatnot. But after, hopefully in the new year, that'll kind of start, and we'll maybe do it every like Monday or Tuesday night. And I'll try to get it out a decent amount ahead of time, like a day or so that you can kind of be ready for it if you do want to tune in. Gabe here, I love onions. Yo, what's up, Gabe and Mom and Dad? Hopefully you guys are having a good Christmas. Did you guys make your hoagies? Any mustache care tips? I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't do anything for mine. Maybe I should. But yeah, I honestly don't do anything for mine. I just take showers. And yeah, that's about it. Let it grow. I just let it grow. You never know what your mustache is going to look like until you let it grow. How cold is it back east? I don't know. I think it's pretty cold though. I think my parents were saying they got snow, like a big snowstorm in Philly, or not in Philly, in Pennsylvania, like 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know if like that stayed around or not. But I'm in California, so it's actually a quote unquote colder day here. I mean, I think it was still like mid-50s or something. But it was a kind of colder day. Yeah, this one I overstuffed again. Haven't learned yet. I feel like this one I just understuffed. There we go. All right, I've got good feelings about this one. A little bit better. I'll have to do a video someday with like a dumpling rolling master, so I can learn the best technique. I think not even the best, but I think just being able to do it faster would be nice too. Because it is definitely a kind of slower process, but I mean, sometimes that is kind of fun. The fun of it too. Just like relax, throw on some music or a movie, throw on a live stream. And make some dumplings. Let's do some questions. Slow chat is very slow. What's up, gamers? Yeah, Dylan, I'm happy to do it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not doing anything for Christmas Eve this year either. So I was like, you know, we'll do a live stream instead of like a video or something. That'll be fun. It'll be a little bit longer. People can hang out and do whatever. Throw it on the background. Make it long. But yeah, tips. Yeah, I mean, the general process you know, I'm not great at it, but I understand the general process, which is put your meat in, and then we're basically going to put a little water on this edge to help it seal when we bring them together. And then you're only like crimping one side of it. So like I'm leaving this side flat, and then this is actually the side that I crimp on. And then you just want to keep the filling as much to the bottom as you can while you're crimping. So like when I say I'm crimping one side, this side on the bottom is the side. When I'm doing it in reverse too. So I'm going to start from this end and crimp over. And then just kind of tuck it underneath. And just do it the best you can. I would suspect there's not many master dumpling crimpers out there. But we will learn from one day for sure. Any alternatives for making sauces when it requires a stick blender but you don't have one? Yeah, I mean, it depends on what type of sauce, I would say. But I mean, say a tomato sauce, for example, like you could just throw it in a regular blender, or you could try cooking it down more and just like mashing it up with a fork. Obviously, it's not going to be as smooth. Or third option, if you have neither of those, or you do want it fairly fine, you can throw it through a strainer like this. And basically, like for a tomato sauce, like I've actually done this in the butter chicken video. If you go to my channel, so I put the sauce through here and then strained out everything, and then left behind like a bunch of pulp and stuff, and then just the sauce actually fell through. So, it depends on the type of sauce for sure. But yeah, there's definitely many ways to do it. What's your go-to dipping sauce for these? I normally just keep it pretty basic, so I'm gonna do soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, and sesame oil, which I forget where I put it. I actually just had to pick up some. Yeah, I popped it. No, did I not pop it in here? I don't know where I put it away. Baffled. I did put it in here. And yeah, sesame oil. I like keeping it pretty simple. But I know what other good sauces. Some people use like black vinegar for sauces and stuff. Or I mean, you could chop up things in it, like you could put in garlic or ginger or chilies or something, make it spicy. Chili oil. But yeah, I usually just like doing something so salty, acidic, and then usually some type of oil to help give it a little bit of like a glossy feeling, a little bit of a certain mouthfeel on it. That's a good way to do it. pop this window a little bit, catch the last of the sunlight coming in. How many did we do? We got like 12? Not bad. I think I'm gonna move to do some carrot ones next. We'll do some carrots. Ba-dum-bum. All right, we're gonna go back to the cheater way. Or I should say the more efficient way, for my skills at least. Come on. Come on. This actually reminds me of, oh, what are those? I forget what those little guys are called. They're like shrimp. They're like mini dumplings. Like very small. What are they called? Forget. When did you start having passion for cooking? Pretty early on. Like both my parents cooked. Like they always did home cooked meals and things like that. So through that, like naturally, I just wanted to, to cook myself. So I'd start helping out with dinners or doing various things that basically I just wanted, like dishes that I like that I wanted to like cook myself, so I could make them and not have to wait for someone else to make them. So like an example is my Gram's like bun recipe and her Bellish recipe. Like those are dishes that we really liked, but we literally only had them when when she like came to visit, or like we'd be like, hey, like you like make sure like she'd always make it for us. So like learning how to do those was fun because then I could make it like whenever I wanted to, So that's kind of when it started. So like, and for me, cooking's always been something that like it's been it's something that I want to do. Like I find it relaxing. You don't have to worry about too much. You just sit back and cook and do whatever. So for me, like I've always wanted to cook. So I did that all throughout like college, cooked all my meals, except my freshman year because I had to get a dorm, so we weren't allowed to do stuff. But actually at my dorm, I initially wanted to get like a hot plate so I could cook stuff, but they weren't allowed, so that wasn't allowed. But then, so yeah, in college I cooked all meals, like basically every meal. Also a very good way to save money too. And then obviously something I just enjoyed. And then, after graduation, obviously, I was working and I was traveling a lot, so I wasn't being able to cook as much, which is a big bummer for me. So like I was gone Monday through Thursday, like literally every week, which is very cool because, you're fresh graduate, like, you're going like for my first project was in New York City, so like I got to travel to New York City, Monday through Thursday, which is awesome. Like you're not paying for your own food, you're not paying for your hotel, like it's all through the business, which is sick, and like you get to go to restaurants and all this stuff. But I still miss cooking actually, and actually on that project it was funny. I booked a hotel room. What is it called? I think it's Element. I think like the Element in Times Square. But I could book a hotel room with a little kitchenette. So it had like two burners and a sink and stuff. And the one night, it was after, I think it was right after Thanksgiving. One of my coworkers had gone home for Thanksgiving. They like went hunting, and they got a deer, so they had venison. So he brought venison to New York City, and then we cooked it in my hotel room one night. We made venison with like a red wine sauce, and then like potatoes, and I think we did some like pan fried Brussels sprouts in my hotel room in New York City. Like it was, like a blast. But like things like that, like I've always really enjoyed doing. And then from there, like that's when like I was missing the cooking. So like I decided to start the YouTube channel about a year in to me working. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna. So it's like something for me to look forward to like on the weekends and like get me in the kitchen. And also at the same time, like help me become a better cook. Because like if you're trying to teach other people how to cook, it's going to make you a much better cook yourself, because you actually need to figure out the best way to like how did I learn it, or what explanations work for me, which ways of cooking techniques and what worked best for me when I was learning, and still am learning, obviously. And so yeah, that's kind of my story of my circle of cooking, if you would say. Very long-winded answer. Also, our output is going through the roof now that we have switched to the other method. We are eligible for a pay raise for sure. So for these, like I'm literally just we're making a taco, and then I just pleat off this. So I'm pleating 1, 2, 3, kind of 4. Pinching, 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 pleating 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just sealing everything up. And then away we go. Let me throw this second camera on. Forgot I had this set up. Ooh, it might need some adjustment though. If I stand here, yeah, that looks decent. Cool. Let me get this second guy up. Yeah. And we're back. How much do you bench and how much do you squat? I couldn't tell you because gyms have been closed down for a while, and I've not been able to do like bench or squat. Let me think though. Back in, I guess around like, I mean, I don't max out stuff anymore, but like I would do probably like I'd do like 315 for normally like 6 on squats, like 6 to 8. Because yeah, I just like I'm not about the maxing out life. And then bench, I think the most I've ever done on bench is like 250 maybe, not much. But yeah, I really do want to get back into gyms once they're open. I've definitely been missing it. I mean, I've been doing the best that you can to like work out or whatever at home. But yeah, not gonna lie, with gyms like being closed and stuff, it's been not the best. It's been kind of annoying. But such is life this year. So I'll do a little more. That's overstuffed for sure. You forgot the carrot? No, we added the carrot to half of these. Yeah, I was only doing half of these. But yeah, I made sure we didn't forget the carrot. A little skosh more. Also, I was thinking about, should we do like a chopped live stream at some point? Where basically, maybe I'll pick up like 10 or 15 ingredients, and then we have you guys pick in the live stream what like maybe we have like 4 or 5 categories, like a protein, like a grain, a cooking fat, or something like that. And then like I pick up like a decent bit of stuff, and then we pick it live, or maybe we just do a poll ahead of time so I don't have to. Well, it'd be better if we picked it in, because then I wouldn't have ideas on what I'd make ahead of time, which I feel like is part of the fun. But I feel like that could be pretty fun. Gotta bump those numbers up, big boy. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Gabe. You are right. I'm not as strong as you, bud. Pierogies or gyoza for the rest of your life? Which one are you choosing? I mean, I gotta go pierogies. It's as much as I do love gyoza or dumplings, I think the nostalgia factor for me is probably going to be the trump card there. Not being able to have that, it would definitely be a letdown. All right. But that's definitely a tough question. Both very good. I mean, like I feel like there's dumplings in every like cuisine. Like everyone's got some kind of, dumpling. I know we've talked about this with my family like a bunch. Like I mean, like obviously in Asian cuisine you have like literal dumplings, gyoza, soup dumplings, a bunch of things like that. Bao are kind of like steamed buns, also kind of a dumpling. Then like Polish culture, you have pierogies. Italian, I guess you could say like I guess manicotti would probably be theirs. But then Mexican, like empanadas, things like that. But I feel like every culture has, if you're looking at it generally speaking, like if a dumpling is something that has something stuffed and enclosed inside of it, everyone's got a very unique dish and approach to it. And they're all delicious. Jamaican meat patties. Oh man. Actually, meat patties are something I've never tried to make at home, but I think we should do that at some point. I don't know if anyone else is a big meat patty fan. Oh, tortellini. Yeah, you're right. Or ravioli. Ravioli too. Completely forgot about those. I live in California. So it's about 4:26 now. Sun is just going down over here on the West Coast. Actually might need to bust out light soon. Actually, what I think we'll do is I'm kind of hungry, so maybe we'll just cook up some, and then maybe I'll just do the rest later. Also, I don't know why I did this with this one. Oop, didn't pleat it, but I'm kind of getting hungry. Should we cook some? I think we should cook some. I think we should do it. All right. Yeah, I think I'm ready to cook some. Cause then I can just finish these later. I won't cook all of them, but the idea is with these two. So if you do want to freeze these, just throw them in like this, right in the freezer, and then let them harden up, and then you can throw them into like a container or a bag or something. You know, for that easy access. That easy access. I'm just gonna wash these real quick. That one's got meat on it, so I don't really want to use that. Christian, what do you do with Nashville hot chicken sauce after? How do you throw it out or store it? So you're saying like the oil that you rub on after? Generally, what I do for what I like to do is just pour out some of that I fried in, then mix it with cayenne, and I just try to pour out as much as I need to dip with. So like say this was filled with my frying oil. I fried my chicken. I'm done. It's resting. I'm gonna pour some of this into a little dish, like that. Add my cayenne or whatever hot sauce or whatever, however you're doing it, and then basically you only make as much as you actually need to season the chicken. And then with the rest of it, then I store it like I do all my other all my other oil. So I put a paper towel through this fine strainer, let it strain out so it blocks everything out. Just keep it in a container and just use it for next time. So that's what I would do. Okay, so let's cook some of these. Get this heated. Gonna need some oil for sure. Bum bum bum, ba-dum bum, do do do, do 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 do, do. All right. So, and then process for these guys also, I think I definitely need lights now. I'm going to swing this one over. Hopefully not block it out. What is this? Why is that not focusing? All right, that should be a little bit better. So basic process for these is heat oil, put them down in the pan, let them go for like 2 or 3 minutes until they crisp, then water in, lid on top, and then let them go for another like 3 minutes, then take lid off, let it evaporate, and yeah, that's really all there is. It's pretty easy. And then obviously if they were frozen, you would just have to do, You just need more time. You just made the same thing, Matt? Awesome. What are your worst injuries in the kitchen? Worst injuries are I like badly cut the tip of my ring finger. If you go to one of my sharpening videos, there's a picture of it. That one, 1,000% was the worst. Other than that, I've just had like little things here and there. Nothing major. Thumbnail looks like I have an afro. Yeah, I did. I kind of did that on purpose after I realized. I was like, oh, this kind of looks funny, so we'll do that. Merry Christmas to you, well, Luke John. I'm not sure how to say that. I was not on Chef Steps a few years ago, though. That'd be pretty sick if I was. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this, but let me adjust the view. All right. So hot oil. We're gonna put a bunch of these down. Never mind, it's not that hot, apparently. We'll beef it up a little bit. One moment. Let me adjust the focus on this a touch. Yeah, that'll work for now. Okay. But yeah, so we're sizzling on there. We're gonna let these go for, I don't know, let's call it 90 seconds. Echo, set a timer for 90 seconds.
1 minute and 30 seconds, starting now. By the way, you have one new notification. When you see the yellow light ring on your device, it means you have a notification or message. Just say, read my notifications.
All right. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna let those go. Then I'm gonna throw a little bit of water down. And then you just let them steam up. And it's pretty easy, pretty simple process. Switch back to this guy. And then I'm gonna make a little dipping sauce too. So I like to do about equal parts of soy sauce and vinegar. And just spill some on my Echo. Stop. Okay, and then at this point, they should be a little burnt, a little crisp. I mean, actually not too bad, to be honest. Tiny, I'd say a tiny bit too crisp for my liking. So we're going to throw this in. And then just let them go for like 3 minutes. And that's it. You'll have those, I mean, and then we're going to let them off the steam and let the water evaporate. Come on. And then just a little bit of the oil. And then, like I said, with this, I mean, you could throw in some herbs. I'm going to throw sriracha in one of these and kind of do a little bit different. I'm also going to throw in, no, I actually don't. I'm out of garlic chili sauce. So I'm going to throw sriracha into one of those. Yeah, pretty simple, but good. Actually, I'm gonna throw in some scallions too, because I got some. Alrighty. Scallies. You've always liked my ramekins. Where are they from? These ones are from my mom. She got them somewhere for like Christmas or something. So I actually don't know. But where did I get these ones? So my actual like dishware is just this is from IKEA. And then those little white bowls that I have, these like little ramekin guys, these are actually just from, these are just from Target. They were just like some little one that I found. All right, now I'm going to take this off. And these should be fairly cooked through. They look decent enough. And I'm just going to let the excess water kind of evaporate off. And then we'll toss on a plate. And I don't know if I have my chopsticks. Dang it. Eating food is just more fun with chopsticks, but I don't have any. But yeah, it's got a tiny over crisp to my liking, but just a tiny bit. Some of them are good. Some of them are skosh done more than I would like. Greetings from Poland. You're really good. Keep it up. Really good and authentic. Yeah, I definitely will plan to do some more Polish food on Ogmi. Definitely as I learn more as well. Grilling chicken with mayo blows my mind. Yeah, that is one of the things for me like that. I'm also like I'm like, damn, like this is literally so easy to do this way. So I completely agree with you. So we got the nice crispy on bottom. That one's like perfectly crisp for me. That one's another good one. That one's good. Tiny bit overdone. Ouch. Tiny bit overdone. What? Oh, I need to fill this with water, don't I? Hold, please. Yeah, if it goes like below the certain water line, it does that. All right. Pretty good, eh? Well pleated. Give a little dip. Let's give you guys a little. We'll do a little close up. Oh, is it gonna focus? Focus. The lighting's bad because I had to put the backlight on. A little crispy on this side though. Cook through, do a little dip. Man, I could literally, oh my gosh, I'm going to eat so many of these over the next couple of days. Again, like pierogies, a very addicting texture. Like a little bit crispy, like a kind of a chewy, meaty interior. And the actual wrapper itself. Please send some. I got you, Ralphie. You can never spend a full hour and a half? Really? I think it's so much fun. Worth it. Like especially I mean, so I'm gonna do a bunch more too. But then I'll have these in the freezer, bust them out anytime. That's just so worth it in my opinion. You would eat all of them? Yeah, I completely agree. There will not be many left. Oh my. We should change the stream title to Man Eats Dumplings, or eats copious amounts of dumplings. The explosion of juice, that is a very good way to put that. I completely agree. Oh man. We might have to boot up another plate here. Member of the Clean Plate Club? Absolutely. In honor of Babish, it absolutely is. I honestly was going to save half of those. And then, yeah, I ate the first one. And then, yeah, I realized that was not going to happen. Well, damn. And obviously, this isn't too, not very messy either. This is, there's not a ton of flour or anything, especially when you do buy them ahead of time. It's pretty easy. Need some pickled onions? Honestly, wouldn't be a bad touch. Maybe throw some pickled onions in here. Or pickled ginger actually would be really good with these. Like just throw a little piece of pickled ginger on there. Can you eat those with hot sauce? Oh yeah, absolutely. Can eat them with anything. Surprised you didn't dip in mayo and pickled onions. Maybe one day. I could have probably fried them in pickled onion or in mayo, not pickled onions, but fried them in mayo and then added pickled onions over the top or in the liquid, the dipping sauce. You'd be good to go. You made the Christmas crinkle, sent you a few pics for your IG. Hey, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'll try to see those. I don't get to see a lot of DMs. Usually the ones I see are like the ones mentioned in story, but I'll try to go through them every once in a while. So I'll see if I can see those for you. What are your thoughts on Sichuan peppercorns? They're great. Love them. Like I said, I wanted to put some in the filling for this, but I couldn't find them. I have no idea where those are. It's actually going to really bug me that I don't know where they are, but I will find them. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for the stream, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You know, a little Christmas Eve hangout for a couple hours. I don't even know how long. Went almost 2 hours, just hanging out, making some gyoza. So video-wise, I don't think I'm gonna have a video up for. Well, I mean, there might be one Sunday, but I might also just be lazy over the next couple days and not make one. I haven't decided yet. More often than not, I will make one because I'll probably be lazy for like a couple hours and then I'll be like, I kind of want to make a video. But, so we'll see. I have no idea what it's going to be yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody if you are celebrating, or Happy Holidays in general to whatever you're celebrating, or hopefully you're just having some time off and you know, being able to hang out, which is cool. But yeah, everybody, that's gonna wrap it up for the stream. I will. I'll catch you sometime soon in the next couple days. But hopefully, you make some good food this holiday. You know, I've got pierogies video. You can go check it out. The cookie video, you can go check it out. I've had already a good number of people have made a lot of that stuff, which is really cool. So that's gonna wrap it up for me, everybody. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.